Welcome to 100 Year Health, a channel dedicated to understanding the human body, healthy living, and the fascinating science behind everyday health questions. Have you ever been just about to fall asleep when suddenly your entire body jerks and wakes you up? Maybe you were lying quietly in bed, your eyes slowly closing, your body relaxing after a long day. Then suddenly, without warning, your muscles twitch or your whole body jumps for a split second. Sometimes it even feels like you are falling from a height. Your heart may beat faster for a moment, and your brain becomes fully alert again. Many people have experienced this strange moment at least once in their lives. For some people, it happens only occasionally. For others, it may happen more frequently, especially when they are extremely tired. Naturally, this experience can feel confusing or even a little frightening. Why does this happen? Is your body trying to warn you about something? Or is there a simple explanation behind it? To understand this phenomenon, we first need to understand what happens inside the body when we fall asleep. Sleep is not a simple process where the body suddenly switches off. Instead, falling asleep is a gradual transition where the brain slowly moves from wakefulness into different stages of sleep. Throughout the day, the brain is extremely active. It processes information, controls movement, regulates emotions, and constantly communicates with the rest of the body. When night arrives and your body prepares for sleep, your brain begins to slow down certain systems. Your heart rate decreases, your breathing becomes slower and more relaxed, and your muscles begin to release tension. However, this transition from wakefulness to sleep does not happen instantly. There is a short stage between being awake and being fully asleep. Scientists call this stage the sleep onset phase. During this phase, your brain is still partially active. It continues sending signals through the nervous system, while at the same time preparing the body for deeper sleep. Because this stage is a transition, communication between the brain and muscles can sometimes become slightly irregular. And this is where the sudden movement can occur. During sleep onset, the brain may suddenly send a strong signal to the muscles, causing them to contract quickly. This rapid muscle contraction creates the sensation of a sudden jump or jerk. In scientific terms, this is known as a hypnic jerk. Hypnic jerks are also sometimes called sleep starts. Even though they may feel surprising, they are actually very common. Researchers estimate that around 70% of people experience hypnic jerks at some point in their lives. In most cases, these movements are completely harmless and simply part of how the body transitions into sleep. But this raises another question. If hypnic jerks are normal, why does the brain trigger them in the first place? To answer that question, scientists have proposed several interesting explanations about how the brain interprets the process of falling asleep. One of the most interesting theories about hypnic jerks is connected to how the brain interprets the body's sudden relaxation during sleep. When we fall asleep, our muscles begin to loosen and our breathing slows down. The body enters a relaxed state where physical tension gradually disappears. However, the brain is still partially awake during this transition. Some researchers believe that the brain may occasionally misinterpret this sudden muscle relaxation as a signal that the body is physically falling. In response, the brain quickly sends a signal to the muscles to tighten and stabilize the body. This quick reaction may be what creates the sudden jerking sensation many people experience just before falling asleep. That is why many people report feeling like they are falling when the jerk happens. Another factor that may influence hypnic jerks is fatigue. When a person is extremely tired, the brain may transition into sleep faster than usual. This rapid transition can sometimes make the communication between the brain and muscles slightly unstable for a brief moment. As a result, the brain may send sudden signals that cause the muscles to contract unexpectedly. Stress is another possible factor. Modern life often exposes people to constant mental stimulation, worries, and emotional pressure. Even when the body tries to relax at night, the brain may still be processing information from the day. If the nervous system remains more alert than usual, the chances of sudden muscle movements during sleep onset may increase. Lifestyle habits can also influence how often hypnic jerks occur. For example, consuming caffeine late in the day can stimulate the nervous system for several hours. Even if someone falls asleep easily, Caffeine can keep parts of the brain slightly more active during the early stages of sleep. This increased activity can sometimes make sudden muscle contractions more likely. Alcohol can have a similar effect. While alcohol may initially make a person feel sleepy, it can disrupt the natural rhythm of sleep later in the night. This disruption may influence how smoothly the body transitions into deeper sleep stages. Another interesting aspect of hypnic jerks is the vivid sensations that sometimes accompany them. Many people report feeling as if they are suddenly falling from a height. Others may briefly see flashes of light, hear a sudden sound, or experience a quick dreamlike image at the moment the jerk occurs. Scientists believe these sensations may happen because the brain's dream systems begin activating while the body is still partially awake. In other words, the brain may briefly mix the boundaries between wakefulness and dreaming. Even though this experience can feel dramatic in the moment, it is generally considered a normal part of how the brain transitions into sleep. For most people, hypnic jerks occur occasionally and disappear just as quickly as they appear. They are simply another reminder of how complex the human nervous system truly is. For most people, hypnic jerks are completely harmless and simply part of the natural sleep process. However, there are a few simple lifestyle habits that may help reduce how often they occur. One of the most important factors is maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. When the body goes to sleep and wakes up at roughly the same time every day, the brain's internal clock becomes more stable. This stability helps the body transition into sleep more smoothly. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine can also make a difference. Activities such as reading, listening to calm music, or dimming the lights before sleep can help signal to the brain that it is time to slow down. This gradual transition allows the nervous system to relax naturally. Reducing screen exposure before bedtime may also help. Phones, tablets, and computers emit blue light that can influence the body's production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. When melatonin levels are disrupted, the body's sleep timing may shift, making nighttime transitions less stable. Avoiding stimulants late in the day may also support better sleep. Substances like caffeine can stimulate the nervous system for several hours. Even if a person feels tired, the brain may remain slightly more alert than usual. This alertness can sometimes increase the chances of sudden muscle reactions during sleep onset. Managing stress can also play an important role. When the mind carries tension from the day, the nervous system may remain in a heightened state of awareness even during rest. Simple relaxation practices such as slow breathing or quiet moments before sleep may help the body settle more naturally. It is also important to remember that occasional sleep jerks are a normal part of the human sleep experience. The brain and body are constantly adjusting, communicating, and maintaining balance in ways we rarely notice. Sleep is one of the most complex biological processes the body performs every day. During sleep, the brain organizes memories, restores energy, and supports many vital functions that keep the body healthy. The small jerks that sometimes occur during sleep onset are simply one tiny part of this incredible system. What may feel strange or mysterious at first is often just the body doing exactly what it is designed to do. Understanding these processes helps remove fear and replace it with curiosity. Because when we understand how the body works, even unusual experiences begin to make sense. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy learning about the human body and the science behind everyday health questions, make sure to follow the channel for more videos like this. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who might find it interesting too. Stay healthy, take care of your body, and see you in the next video. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for medical concerns.